TikTok Tuesday, everyone. You guys, do you see I have my fairy light bright hanging behind me? It says win me. So either of the groups, TikTok at Melody Gleason Art or Facebook at Cape Charles Art, gives you an entry. And some people have done both, but we only have like 14 people in the drawing. So your chances of winning Fairy Light Bright here are real good. She's a chaos wrap. So, you know, they're inspirational affirmation cards. It can't go wrong, right? What do you think, guys? And the orange it is. Oh, we have choices. More choices. All right, I'm just going to go with ones that were side by side like us. Free. I read it cautiously. Free. May your soul sing freely. Oh, everybody's soul sing. Let it go. If you need to scream, scream and then sing. Sometimes that helps. And then dance. That helps a lot. Okay, well, let's paint. I don't know. Do we want to paint on a palette? Or do we want to paint on the watercolor palette bed? Hey, Krista, welcome. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's paint on the palette. This is epoxy resin. When I paint on epoxy to start with, I sand it usually, or I can sand it and add gesso. So, Ed Williams, who writes and performs all of these songs. Thank you, Ed. All right, here we are. So I got some sandpaper. This is extremely rough, which it doesn't have to be. It should be more light. Doesn't matter. It's all going to be painted. And I'm just going to scrape up wherever I think I want to paint on. Just scratch it a little bit so the next layer of epoxy that we're putting on to seal this painting is going to hold on. And that's what the gesso will help with as well. Just have to wonder. All right. Seems like some people have stuff all the time that they have to deal with, and some people just seem to float on through. I don't understand. And that's okay. I don't have to know everything. Thank God. I'm just going to put the gesso straight down on this. Here's another little baby palette I just made. So I'm going to scoop some of that gesso up and put it right there because I want to be using that. Do you want to see it? That's Unicorn Spit. And this was just a little plastic cashew lid that I got from the kitchen and then poured resin into it, pulled it out and painted on it. So that's fun. All right, so here we are with our gesso. I'm just going to brush it around. That's a lot. You don't need this much. I'm just mushing it in. Every time I'm doing this, I'm just dipping it into water and thinning it out a little bit more, just spreading it around. It's really not going to lift up. It's not a big piece. It's not going to be hanging on the wall. Not too worried about it. But you never know. Why not put it on? And the other cool thing about gesso is there is different colors of gesso. So I thought, why? Because you paint it, right? But now I think I might want to get another color of gesso. But the cool thing about this gesso with the Unicorn Spit is it's white. This one is. And you can get clear gesso, and that way you can mix it in with your Unicorn Spit if you're doing more of a textured painting and you want it more, you know, stays put easier with the gesso. It doesn't slide around like an alcohol ink as much, you know. So there's reasons that you might want clear. And then also there's black. I found black. And I have been painting oceans forever, but I think today I'm feeling mushroomy. And I don't have a mushroom palette. That should not be. So I pull some of that gesso away, you'll be able to start seeing that resin down below it again. But you can use the the swoosh of the gesso as well to make your little art look weird and different. All right, let me get some colors on this palette. Let's see. It's a pink palette, pink and white. It's got a little bit of gold in there you can't see. I'm gonna add more golds for sure. So I've got my regular unicorn spit. This is a flat color, and then when you spray it, it shines. All of them dry flat, matte, and that tells you when they're dry, and they dry real fast. This is Artistic Vivations. It's the sister that's bling. It's metallics and special colors and such. So those are fun. All right, so I've got some purple on my palette. That's the Dionysus. I've also got a blend of white. I'm trying to get a blend of white. All of these are just the unicorn spits. I just put them in those little bottles for ease of use. All right, so there's Celine. That is that iridescent. And I want some black. Midnight's Blackness. And I'm just gonna put it right on my palette. And dip my brush into my Dionysus and right into that black. Put some Celine on top of it. Now the cool thing about Celine is it's a very sheer white, so it will start to pick up all those pretty colors below it. So that is very cool, I think. I'm just trying to make a mushroom stem for right now. T-Bone Boogie, Ed Williams. So you kind of see where I'm going, right? A little more purple, just for fun. I'm gonna dip it into that black again that's existing. I always have a hard time trying to figure out how do I get to see that underneath side, that little, you know, underneath side. I need to tip one of those little mushroomy things up, I guess. Maybe I'll do it on another one. Okay, I got it, I think. Sorry, I just zoned out. This little land. It's going to be magical land. If you can paint like this with the acrylics as well. I just use Spit because it's my favorite. I am an affiliate. I'm thrilled to be. I'm just blending in with that Celine on this edge just to see what I want to do with this mushroom. I kind of like the stripes I put in it, but because it's sitting on pink and it's purple stripes, you know, We'll see. Suddenly I want a Cheshire Cat. I don't know. I want some yellow. Yellow. Oh, no worries. We're probably all related when you think about it. All right, so that's Lemon Kiss. That's this one. And let's see what else we've got. We've got all the bling ones. Those are fun. They're called the sparkling gels because they have all that glittery bling in there. But the paint itself, it's not really paint, there's no polymer, but the stain itself is sheer, like a glaze. So that's the Sapphire Swift. It's very pretty. You'll see what I'm saying. I'm gonna put it underneath. So it kind of looks like it's underneath a little bit. I'll put some more on top. It's pretty. I can't stop myself. Well, that's kind of cool. Just a little bit more, just inching my way into something. Now if I add that yellow, it's gonna be green. So let's do it. Let's make some green out of this Sapphire Swift and Lemon Kiss. Oh guys, this is all lemongrass or jasmine scented, this stuff. Aromatherapy to the max. Super concentrated. You just use a tiny bit and it goes forever. So the other cool thing is if you're not familiar with it, you can just let it dry on your palette and the next day just dip your brush in water and reconstitute it and it picks right back up again. So that is really cool. You don't have to wipe it off and clean your palette. All that extra work. All right, so let's see, we wanted green. If this doesn't work as green, then that's okay. But I think it will be pretty. So let's just do some green. Add a little yellow to the outside edge. Just for fun. This is going to be fun to paint with. If you've never done this, I totally recommend it. I love painting on my painted palettes. This is one. It just is magical. and you don't have to do a scene. Anything, just do dots, whatever. So I started off with some green because I added that blue Sapphire Swift. And then I went just with my yellows and now I'm going back to more Sapphire Swift in that yellow for darker green. It'd be nice to have a lot of different colors on this palette. And I know, palettes are supposed to be whites, voila. So you can mix it and see what color. It doesn't matter. Not for me. I like to see pretties. I'll put a little bit of white with that yellowish right there. just in case I need to see something. Right there. Maybe that's where the sun is. I'm just pushing that mushroom edge around. It's fun. All right. So we've got white. I'm gonna blend that out. Just tapping real soft with the flat side of this brush, not the tip. Just bringing it out, softening it down. Kind of want it a little bit above where it's at, sadly. Because I want some shine on this tip of the mushroom. Mushrooms and sunshine, folks, that's what you get. I'm pushing that mushroom shape around from the outside with this Celine, and it's working fine. I'm digging it. And since my sun is there, then this is probably going to be highlighted and not the other side like I would normally have it. Oh look, sunshine. That's a long, skinny mushroom. Oh, Bull Dreamer 321, sis, welcome. Grat, welcome. Hi guys. Thanks for popping in. How is your Christmas season so far? I have flipped back and forth to, oh, Christmas to just total depression and everything in between. So, you know what? I decided I have to just look forward. Do not look back. If you have any inclination for depression whatsoever, do not look back on previous Christmases and family get-togethers. It's not a good thing. Be the joy of the season. That's what is speaking to myself and my spirit right now. I have to become the joy of the season. Bring happiness to someone. That's my job. And if I'm doing that, if I'm watering, right, then I'm not going to be down or sad or anything like that, because I'm bringing it out, right? I'm giving it away, the love. So it really does help. It's good to see you too. Happy holidays. Put some golden gosling, that glaze, as rays coming from that sun. It may be too orangey. We'll try it. Put in with some Celine. Calm it down a little bit because it's pretty dark. All right, I'm going to put white in it just straight off the bat. But I want that shine, that sparkle that's going to come with this. So, and I kind of see it here anyway. I got my brush in the green, so hold on. Put it back in the white for a second and just pull this up a little bit. For the base of the streaks. And this one's going to turn into a little dwelling, I think. Just some blue, glittery, whatever that is. There's a few more little somethings going on over here. This is that Swift, Sapphire Swift. Sorry guys, I got lost in my zone. I gotta put some water in here somewhere. That is a little lake. In case you didn't recognize it. A little lake behind our mushroom. This is really messy, but I'll tell you, I really think it's going to be cute later when it grows up. And it grows up. It's a good way to put it, because when you first start out painting, I know, for me anyway, this is what happens to me. Each time I paint, not like when you first start learning how to paint. Every time I start, it's cartoony, okay? And it will remain cartoony until it gets past a certain point. It can't get past that certain point if I quit, right? I have to keep messing with it. So when I do, I am fixing to lose some parts I like, or some things will show up that I didn't expect, and it'll be great. And, you know, it's this whole journey, this whole experience that you go through every painting I do, because I have no idea what I'm doing. I just hope for the best, and I don't quit until I love it. That is my tutorial for you. So if you're just starting out, just know, if you think, oh gosh, forget it, it's so cartoony or whatever, or maybe you like cartoony, great. I like both. I like cartoony or anime, whatever you want to call it, and I like that realism too. So, and you can just keep going as far as you want, and it will become more and more real the more you work with it. Just like gifts inside of you, right? We have a ton of gifts inside of each one of us, and we hone them, right? We work on them, and the more we practice, the better we become with our gifts. So it's the same thing. We can't just automatically think, and I'm talking to myself, that I'm just going to know how to do something just because I've seen it, right? I'm just saying. So don't quit. Please keep going. Allow yourself some grace. I'm going to add, now that the unicorn spit is a little bit more dry, I'm going to add a little bit more white right on top of that center of my sunshine. I'm going to fade these right on into this. You don't hardly see it. Oh, this is going to be fun. This is going to be a fun one. I like it. I want a doorway. Let's put a door in here. Do I do it with white or black? That's the question. Let's see. Aw, somebody's home. I want to make it big. Maybe I shouldn't bring it all the way down, that way I can put stairs in it. You get the idea. All right, I'm going to take a palette knife. These are great. They've got two sides on this palette knife. They've got the long one and the short one, and these are great for horizon lines, water lines, wings on birds, and stairs. Anything that you need something like straight, you know what I'm saying? And thin. You don't have to know how to use it to use it. Use it any way you can, any way that works for you. Same with all the paintbrushes. That seems to hinder a lot of people because they don't know which one they should be using. There is no should be, not in my school. This is freewheeling. Grab it and use it. If it works, gravy. If it doesn't, pitch it, get another one. That's how you do it. All right, back into the white because I talked too long. Here comes some stairs. Oh, the sweetness. Aw, I think I'll just leave it like that. Can you see it? Oh, I love stairs on mushrooms. Okay, let's do the lines under the shroom as well. I should not use the long edge on this because I need more mobility, I think. Let's see. I'm almost done. Just so you know. Yeah, this may not work for these. It's just too short. Trying it anyway. Getting there. Oh, this is going to be adorable. I hope. I'm going to go ahead. I'm just running my white down the edge of those little tiny faded mushrooms here to highlight them a little. I really like that beautiful little tiny mushroom, hint of a mushroom. We need a little more maybe, but I'm gonna darken up with this Midnight's Blackness and dip it into my Dionysus, that purple, and just hit this edge a little bit harder on that doorway. And then that same dark underneath for the stairs might be good. All right, it's really dark right now. I'll lighten it up later for sure. Okay, I'm mixing that blue in, that sapphire Swift, with my white, so I get a little bit of a bling on these little babies. And you can add bling later, you know, before you put resin on it. But just remember, you're going to use yours as a palette, I think, right? So you don't want it bumpy. Of course, the thing is, you could have it like this and then just use the other side for a palette. Look at all that white, right? But it's fun to look at the painting while you're painting. It is. All right, I think I'm about done. I hope the best for you guys in your lives, in your journey, whatever it is. And if you're struggling with something right now, hang in there. It'll be okay. It's all going to be okay. I mean, it always is. We're still here, you know? Can't find my shape. There we go. I want more levels in this little mushroom home than what I've got, but for now, you kind of get the idea of where we're going. Oh, that'll be cute. It'll be fun to paint with for someone. All right, I'm out of here. I'm gonna let this dry and I'll keep working on it later. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. Thomas, thank you again for the notification of the clone. I appreciate you. Super cute. You are too, Shannon. Thank you. I love you. Have a beautiful day, guys. Bye.